Ladies and gentlemen, this is the text of a speech presented by me, the President of the Christian Association of Nigeria, Reverend Dr. Samson Ayokunle, in the course of addressing the world press over the unfortunate incident of the gruesome murder of the Kan local government chairman of Michika local government in Adamawa State. Let me call for a minute silence in honor of all those killed by Boko Haram terrorists, Fulani herdsmen, bandits, and kidnappers in the country, of which Reverend Lawan Andimi happened to be one of the latest victims. So we observe a minute silence. May the Lord be with the families of those who have been wickedly killed. Take care of all they left behind. And may the Lord intervene for us in Nigeria over the wicked people rampaging our community, maiming and killing people. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
To address this prayers because of the pain of continuous decimation of our communities and killing of our people. Lemonis Naked says, if you have ever lost a loved one, then you know exactly how it feels. But if you have not, then you cannot possibly imagine it. I repeat that statement again. If you have ever lost a loved one, then you know exactly how it feels. But if you have not, then you cannot possibly imagine it. Lemon is naked. You are all aware of the gruesome murder of the chairman of the Christian Association of Nigeria, Kan, in Michika local government area of Adamawa State, Reverend Lawan Andimi, by the terrorist group Boko Haram, because he refused to be converted to Islam. Although the group initially demanded for the sum of 50 million naira, and when against all odds, the ransom was ready, they asked for 2 million euros. It was in the process that they reached out to our people in Adamawa State, especially the EYN Church, to notify them that since the gentleman had refused to be converted to Islam, they had decided to execute him. And that was, of course, what they did. After executing him, they posted the video of his execution to his church, so that he might show it to his wife, that the wife might believe that the husband had gone to glory. In the same state, Adamawa State, just last Sunday, a clergyman, Reverend Dennis Bagauri was murdered by unknown gunmen in his residence at Mayobewa of Adamawa State, all because he was a Christian also. You are also aware of the beheading of 11 Christians by Islamic State of West Africa on Christmas Day of 2019 in Maiduguri, including a bride-to-be. Few days ago, 4 seminarians of the Good Shepherd Catholic Seminary in Kakao, Kaduna State, were kidnapped along Kaduna-Abuja Express Road, and we have not heard anything about them till now. In Kaduna State again, the most recent happenings were those of 35 people killed and abduction of another 58 persons when bandits raided 10 communities in the Chikum and Baning Gwari local government areas on January 13, 2020. These criminals are everywhere, operating with impunity, and they have been stopping commercial and private vehicles, asking them to come down and telling them to say what their religion is. Whoever claims to be a Christian is either killed on the spot or abducted, and a demand for a ransom is. Police, army officers, and even judges are not accepting from this experience. This is reprehensible, unacceptable, and unprecedented since Nigeria came into being. Christians have become endangered species in their own country. This is not a way of trying to hit on the polity or say that Christians are being persecuted when they are not being persecuted. We are aware that people of other faith also are being persecuted, are being killed, but Christian persecution because the Boko Haram terrorist group and the Islamic State of West Africa never hid their identity and their goal. They have repeated it again and again that they were out to exterminate Christians in Nigeria and make Islam the de facto religion in this country. Nigeria is under a siege orchestrated by the murderous, bloodthirsty, and criminally minded Boko Haram, Fulani terrorist herdsmen, bandits, and kidnappers who are all armed to the teeth, dressed in army uniforms, and gradually overwhelming our security agencies. They have been going around invading predominantly Christian villages and towns, killing and maiming our youths and elders, men and women, raping our women and our daughters, decapitating children, and disemboweling pregnant women, and subjecting people to cold-blooded murder. Although the atrocities did not begin today, it increased with the advent of democracy. We gave back to the Sharia law in some northern states, an outright violation of the 1999 Constitution. However, the attacks being witnessed under the current administration appear to be unprecedented. Today, the killers are unleashing terror on selected Christian communities, while sometimes our security agencies appear to be looking in the other direction. It is unusual. It is usual after the evil has been done that our soldiers and policemen invade the communities, and in many instances, the victims are locked up, not the criminals. The criminals are left untouched. From 1980 to 2019, Stephanos Foundation had a record that shows a total of 1,785 attacks in 32 states of the country. This led to the death of not less than 28,878 innocent people. In 121 Muslim riots in 19 states of the Federation, the death of 9,451 lives were recorded. Also, Boko Haram militant groups were responsible for 701 attacks that claimed 12,812 lives in 15 states. Again, 963 attacks from Fulani militant groups in 32 states were responsible for 6,615 deaths. The hoodlums have been in southern Kaduna for years, where hundreds have been killed, including a highly placed traditional ruler. And up to today, no one has been brought to book for that crime. Instead, it was those who cried out that were subjected to state harassment. A few suspects arrested were later free to continue with their lives, of atrocity. The Fulani herdsmen were in Nagatu land in Benue State, as you are all aware, and other predominantly Christian communities, killing and maybe innocent people. Mass burials have become the order of the day, and to add salt to the injury, it was the federal government that was justifying the killings of the citizens by accusing some governors of making laws against open grazing. They claimed that the killings were not genocide against Christians, but farmers, others, clash or conflict. The president of our nation has not ceased telling us that the criminals are coming from Libya, as though Libya shares borders with Nigeria. As if that were not enough, the Miyeji Allah, the Fulani herdsmen, have claimed responsibility for the killings, for many of the killings, justifying their actions. In other instances, they disown the killers, telling us that there are other herdsmen who are not their members, but who also registered with the corporate affairs commission. The federal government has never deemed it fit to call them to order by bringing large spectrum of them into book, but instead insisted that the herdsmen are stakeholders in the country. assuming that there are stakeholders, no stakeholder in the country had the right to take up arms illegally to be killing fellow stakeholders. The statement that they were stakeholders and we should embrace them as emboldening them and their members who are always attacking predominantly Christian communities in Plateau, Adamawa, Taraba, and few states in the south, like Enugu. As usual, none of these attackers have been brought to justice to end their atrocities and impunity. These terrorists are not hitting their goal to Islamize Nigeria, and that is what they have in common with the Fulani Asmi. They have done the Northeast geopolitical show, especially Borno, Adamawa, and Yobe, into killing fields. One of the cardinal programs of this government is to put an end to the menace of harassment and insecurity in general, but that has not been done in actual terms. Although the government often claims to have defeated the terrorists, we hope they would. What we are seeing on a daily basis contradicts that claim. Hundreds of our members, including Leah Sharibu, and over 120 chief of girls, are still in the custody of these terrorists, and the government has not succeeded in freeing them from captivity. We are not disputing the fact that some Muslims have been killed, as I said. However, we boldly state here that their primary targets are Christians. The only exceptions are those who are being killed by the bandits in the northwestern states like Zamfara and Katsina. In the words of Carrie Jones, losing people you love affects you. It is buried inside of you and becomes this big, deep hole that aches. It doesn't magically go away even when you stop officially money. End of quote. It is reprehensible and saddening that each time the government comes out to claim the defeat of the insurgency, more killings of our people are committed. In the light of the current developments and the circumstantial facts surrounding the prevailing upsurge of attacks against the church, it will be difficult for us to believe that the federal government under the present administration is not colluding with the insurgents to exterminate Christians in Nigeria. Bearing in mind the very questionable leadership of the security sector that has been skewed towards a religion and region. Is that lopsidedness not a cover-up for the operation of the insurgency? If not, why couldn't the well-equipped security agents of Nigeria get Reverend Andimi out of the captivity of his killers, who held him captive for 2 weeks? Where is their surveillance? Where is their intelligence gathering? Where is their professionalism? For a Christian gentleman that was captured and who appealed to the government for assistance to be there for 3 weeks without any clue from our security apparatus agencies to free him. Please permit me to ask the federal government the following questions. What is the essence of SIM card that we register with our names and identity if the authorities can use it to track down these killers who rely on phones as a means of communicating to do their criminalities? Number two, what has become of intelligence gathering of our security agencies? 3, is this government and the security agencies still claiming that the war against these criminals have been won despite all these ceaseless killings? Number 4, is the government sincere in fighting these terrorists or merely paying lip service to the war against insurgency? Is there any hope that our security is guaranteed under this government? Can the government tell us what they did since Reverend Andimi cried out to them for help? If the security agencies claim the terrorists are operating outside the country, why is it possible for these hoodlums to invade the country, kill, maim, burn, and kidnap without any convincing checks on the part of the security agencies? Since the government and its apologists are claiming the killings have no religious undertone, why are the terrorists and harassment targeting the predominantly Christian communities and Christian leaders? If the security agencies are not living up to the expectations of the government, why hasn't it overhauled them with a view of injecting new visionary ones into the security system? As long as the government continues to live in denial and fail to face the reality, these criminals will not stop their criminalities. We are almost losing hope in government's ability to protect Nigerians, especially Christians, who have become endangered species under government watch. We once again call on the international community and the developed world like the US, the UK, Germany, Israel, and others to please come to our aid in Nigeria, especially the Nigerian church, so that we might not be eliminated fully, one by one. Number 3, the federal government should order the arrest of the leadership of all terrorist groups who are sponsoring and perpetrating the crime that we are experiencing, the crimes that we are experiencing in Nigeria, and prosecute them for all the killings in southern Kaduna, in Benue, in Plateau, in Taraba State, among others. The federal government should publish names of all kingpins of the terrorists who are in detention and those who are being prosecuted. The federal government also should stop releasing the so-called repentant terrorists, since they are reportedly joining their colleagues in the forest again to unleash terror on the land. Furthermore, the federal government should refer the recent controversial police promotion with a view to balancing religious and ethnic divides in the country. Also, we demand that the federal government should stop sending delegations to all Islamic international organizations and let our Muslim counterparts be doing so, as we are doing in all international Christian religious organizations. Similarly, the federal government should stop discriminating against our female youth corps members who refuse to wear the NYSC trousers for religious reasons, since they allow their Muslim counterparts to wear hijab. Additionally, the victims of the consistent attack should be assessed and adequately compensated. The victims in various IDPs will be provided with adequate security and enough resources for their survival. In the same vein, we observe that it is painful and also a betrayal to know that the government gives more attention to the so-called repentant terrorists than the victims of their acts of terror. And they are even considering some of them being enlisted in the Nigerian army. This is going to be very counterproductive and a contradiction to the government's opposition to terrorism. Our decisions. The candidacy are declared Friday, 31st January to 2nd February 2020 are days for special fasting and prayer for Nigeria in all churches, home and abroad, for the gruesome killing of innocent Nigerians to stop and for our government to develop capacity to overcome the criminals troubling the nation. Sunday, 2nd February 2020 is declared a day of special prayer walk by all Christians in all the states of the Federation in the form of a procession to be led by the state chairmen in their secretariats and pastors of churches in all churches in Nigeria. Churches will process around their area, pray for God's permanent intervention and help from all over the world so that all of us might not be consumed one by one. It appears our government is completely overwhelmed. Brutality of Nigerians is happening unabated daily. All block leaders, zonal and state chairmen, leaders of denominations, and all Christians and concerned Nigerians should support and come out en masse for this program. As the Lord has said, we believe that the church is marching on, despite the persecution, and the gate of hell shall never, never prevail against the church. In Jesus' name. Thank you very much.